Howdy, welcome to How to Purge Parasites Pronto, a juicy mini course. My name is Pam Schmidt. I'm the chemical minimalist, and my genius zone is bringing order to chaos. Now, I'm the chemical minimalist. I have three parts of my system, and that is to purge toxic parasites from your body. That's what this course is about. And to purge toxic chemicals from your home, and to purge toxic chemicals from your food. I'll tell you, when it comes to parasites, this was me. I went, oh, parasites in your body? That's disgusting. Ugh. And then I read more and I went, oh, wait, that's me. I had so many symptoms. And I really knew that even though it sounded gross, I needed this. My microphone is on. Okay. I had several epiphanies that I went through in accepting that I had parasites. The first one, purging parasites is important. I have too many pesky symptoms tied to them. Next epiphany, parasites and their eggs will die off in the right environment. That's good. And until now, I'd thrown out the welcome mat for parasites. Next epiphany, this protocol is gentle and it halts the parasite life cycle. So there's no need to be sick or stuck on the toilet just to purge. Another big epiphany, I'm able to absorb the nutrients from my food that were once stolen by parasites. Before this, the parasites had been sucking nutrition meant for me. And another epiphany, with parasites gone, I can start the full healing of the gut, intestines, and the colon. Now I began seeing how my body was supposed to feel. So an example of someone who's done a parasite purge, me. I went from foggy brain to energetic clarity, and I'm getting better sleep, and my itchy butt is gone, and I just feel so much better. So who is this mini course for? Well, it's for people who have brain fog, fatigue, emotional struggles, and all of these things are getting in the way of you getting things done. Mental cobwebs, lots of naps, emotional struggles, all those things affected me before parasite purging. My big goal, this is what we all want when we start our healing journey. We want to live a happy, healthy life. And we want to hear soul nudges from God about our God-inspired mission and message. That goes back and forth. Once we're living that happy, healthy life, we get the soul nudges. Then some of those soul nudges inspire us to more things to live the happy, healthy life. That's what I find. And I believe that we all want more stamina and energy to live this life. So this is a beautiful thing that happens when we can get our bodies healing. My focus for this mini course, number one, to show you what to purchase to do your parasite purge within the next 10 days. Number two, look at the symptoms of parasite infestation. Number three, to look at how we become exposed to parasites. And number four, is detoxing a one and done treatment? Now, I had years of brain fog with lots of little symptoms. I had a lot of skin things, eye things, gut things, and life was busy. I struggled with energy levels. I'm married. My husband has some health issues, so a lot of my focus was on him. I was a kindergarten teacher for the last 20 years of my teaching career. I have two adult kids and their spouses. And as a mom, I typically put myself at the bottom of the list. I would always be looking for things to help everybody else. But I had sinus infections, bronchitis, flu, UTIs, skin issues, eye issues. Then one day, 10 years ago, I all of a sudden read something, I don't know, and went, my butt is itching a lot at night. And I read something about pinworms in kids, and I worked with kids, and it's really common for kids to have pinworms. So I went to the doctor, hefted myself up on the table, and got in an embarrassing position. She looked and confirmed, yes, you have pinworms. So she gave me a little white piece of paper, and I went trotting off to the pharmacy and got my prescription. And it was a 1-week treatment, and I took it, and it was fine. But after that treatment, The itching stopped for a long while, but being exhausted was just part of my life. I was still tired, and I carried on. The reality: bears with tapeworms. This bear is dragging.
Oh my god. Look at that thing, it's so long!
Gross. And I have to tell you, social media has done a great job of drawing parasite infestation into our attention. And this was one of the things that caught my attention. Another one I saw, there was a lady that's a nurse. She's a parasitologist. She's worked in the prison system. And she said it
Oh
was a
my
women's
god.
prison.
Look
And
at
she
that
said
thing,
many of
it's
the
so
women who had
long!
UTIs also showed that they had parasite infestation. That word's hard today. She would write that into her reports. And she found the lab doctor was removing the parasite findings from those reports. Here's why. The CDC and the NHS don't allow parasites to be listed in these reports. Now,
Oh
what
my
about
god.
us?
Look at
How
that thing, it's
come some of our
so long!
symptoms aren't being connected and tied to parasites? If we knew this, if more of us knew this, we would not need the big pharma treatments. We would not need to be visiting our doctors for parasites. Parasites are very common. Most people have them. 90%, 9 out of 10 of us have parasites. So
Oh my
why not
god.
just treat for them,
Look at
right?
that thing, it's so long!
What happens to big pharma if we stop turning to them for those little white pieces of paper? They're not going to make as much money. Are they withholding information from us? You'll have to answer that question for yourself. But parasites are very much involved when there's deep infestations. They're tied to dementia, cancer, and diabetes. This is important information, and that's why I'm sharing with you. Now, I have to tell you, God lit up my mental light bulb. I came to the vision of realizing I need to address this physical problem. It's holding back my health and God's purpose. Then my mission became to bring others this protocol to restore their energy and to let them get on with their happy, healthy life and living their purpose. That's you. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. Now, the problem was I didn't really know how to do a parasite purge, and it was very overwhelming to me. Am I a dirty person just because I have parasites? And so I'd swirl around, what do I do? And I'd search, and there was all kinds of stuff on the internet. And I was led to believe all this time that all these little pesky symptoms were okay, but a lot of them were tied to parasites. Then I found info that gave me some easy first steps. I read a little article about eating pumpkin seeds as the lead up to the full moon. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I did that, but I still felt the itchy butt a couple of weeks later. And I ran across information from Dr. Lee Merritt. And also, one of my favorites is MK at Natural Health Knowledge on Telegram. And so I started putting things together. It started bringing that order to chaos. Yes, I said it right. Sometimes I say it backwards. So the plan: get the right beginner protocol and dewormer. Number 2, learn how many days to take my chosen protocol. Number 3, check for evidence that it's working. You have to look at it. And 4, take care of my newly dewormed colon. So this transformation came about. I used that light bulb that was over my head to shine the light where the sun don't shine. Now, you have to know that's a metaphor. I did not put a light bulb down there, okay? But after detoxing, I found I needed less naps. I had more clear thinking. I was more energetic. I had less brain fog. I was getting more things done. And some of my ailments, skin and sinus and allergies, started being better. And so, as long as I stay on top of it, I'm doing okay. There are parasites in our environment. So even when we purge them out, we need to be consistent and monitoring because we're not going to be one and done. There are 3 secrets for a happy, healthy life. Secret 1: everyone has parasites. You need to know the how, where, and why of symptoms because 9 out of 10 of us have parasites in America, not third world country, in America. And once you know these things, you are going to be ready to take action. I want you to ease into being honest with yourself. No more excuses, no more denying. And I want you to see the numerous symptoms that you have as being related to parasites. Why not try this? Maybe 4 of 5 of your symptoms go away or get under better control. So, what are the symptoms? Screenshot this because I'm going to go briefly through this. The full scope of this is beyond what this course covers, but I do go into a deeper dive in some of my other courses. So, symptoms of parasites: sleeping problems, appetite issues, visible signs such as rash, a lot of those, hair loss, dandruff, nails, dark rings around the eyes, mental and energetic problems, respiratory, gastrointestinal, and other signs. So there are a lot of things, and there are some researchers who have found IBS, IBD, Crohn's, gallstone, kidney stones related to parasite infestation. There are different kinds of parasites. The top row are the ectoparasites. They're outside our bodies. The bottom row is just, those are some of the internal parasites, and that's what we're focusing on. We're looking at helminths. These are parasitic worms like roundworms, flukes, tapeworms, thorny-headed worms. There are a lot of other names, but this is what we're primarily looking at. Screenshot this. Where can parasites live in the body? Basically everywhere. Quick thing: brain, eyes, lymph, lungs, liver, intestines, muscles, blood, joints, and skin. They're not exclusively in the intestines. So, what are some treatments? Well, there are ancient remedies clear back to the Egyptian times and probably before that are herb based. So you can get herbs that are fresh, dried, you can get capsules. There are over the counter products. They're usually short term. They can be effective. There are prescription treatments. Those are short term. There is self treatment. And the self treatment, I show you some here. These have long been used for humans and for animals. A lot of farmers, pet owners use these things for their animals. And a lot of times these are the same medicines. They just have a different name for the horse versus the dog versus the human, okay? But they work the same. So it's very common for this to happen. A lot of countries around the world do this semi-annually or quarterly, but in America, we don't even talk about it. Who are these parasites? Well, first of all, biofilm. I need you to know, excuse me, I've got to clear my throat, that parasites live in biofilm. This makes them stealthy. They're going under the radar of the immune system. The biofilm carries bacteria and fungus that the parasites put out. Okay, and it's a protective layer around the parasites. Then also, I want you to know that females can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day, sometimes more. And I'm losing my picture. Let me go forward and back. There we go. And what happens is, as long as the female is alive, the eggs do not go active. So you've got 1 in 2,000. Okay, but if you go and do a parasite detox and the mama dies, then all these 2,000 go active. So you've got to treat those. That's why you've got these waves of parasitic outbreaks. Then I'm going to go forward again because I'm talking too long for these pictures. Dormant. There are some parasites that get taken away with the first treatment. There are some other parasites that know they're under attack and they go dormant. And when the threat is gone, then they go go back active again. So that is again why you need ongoing, not one and done treatment. Full moon is a prime time to be purging parasites. So whenever you're doing your purge, make sure it covers the full moon time. That's when the females are most fertile, when most eggs are laid. So you want to use the advantage of the full moon. How can I remove the welcome mat? Well, first of all, look at what you eat. And primarily get rid of the processed foods, reduce the processed foods, reduce the white refined sugar, because those have the toxins that the parasites feed on, and they get stronger and stronger, and that biofilm loves it. You can go with healthier foods, non-processed foods. There are a lot of foods that help get rid of parasites, like garlic, like pumpkin seeds. I won't be going into depth with that in this course, though. So you're preparing for workbook assignment 1. And what you're going to do, you get this workbook by going into the curriculum, and you can access it there, and you can print it if you want to. So in your workbook, you'll have links to help you order the tools for this parasite purge. And excuse me, my throat again. So what you're going to do is you can use those Amazon links, or you can go to a health food store, and you're going to get food grade diatomaceous earth. Make sure it's food grade. Get aloe juice and get psyllium husk powder. The psyllium husk, you can get it loose or you can get it in capsules. All right. Here's what you're getting. You can see it. Take a good look. These are all from Amazon, but you can get it elsewhere. Order these tools so you will be ready to start the protocol. This will take you 30 minutes max. And I'll say this, I already made this video once and it was too long. So I said, if you want to take a break, this is a great place. I'm ending this recording here and I'll be back.